What is up, my friends? Welcome. You are sliding into a yin session about 50-ish minutes long. Super stoked to have you. We'll be using blocks and pillows and all the things. Feel free to grab some tea, some stuff to burn, and we'll get rocking in a few minutes. So if you're hopping into the space, this is a yin session. I'd like to invite everybody to grab a blanket of some kind. I mean, we're at our houses, most likely. So anything you have around is gonna work. So if you don't have blocks, no problem. But if you do have them, utilize them. We'll have two around just in case. I don't know quite what's gonna happen yet. A blanket or two, and then a couple of pillows, because pillows are always good to have. We'll take our blanket first and lay it down on your mat. You can actually have an additional blanket across the span of your mat as well if you want that happening. And yeah, okay. I'll give everybody maybe another minute to hop in the space. Yeah, we're just about there. We've got a blanket. We're stoked. Oh, maybe you grab a piece of paper and a pen or your journal, because the great thing about a yin practice is it is so slow that when we finally allow our brains to stop and just to be with our breaths, sometimes things just click. And so maybe a thought might come to you that you want to write down or whatever. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, you know what? No, one more thing I want to say. Super stoked to be here with Yoga Moves Us, and it's really important to all of us that teach here with this amazing organization to really iterate and give to you guys, like, it is so important to listen to your own body. So if during this session I say anything that your gut says no to, you 100% first, modify as you need, ignore me when you need to, let me push you when you feel it's right. Cool? Cool. All right, so with our left hip on the earth, we're gonna come down and we're gonna start this practice in a fetal position. And maybe that means you grab one of the pillows for your head, like make it super cush, my friend. And kind of invite yourself, if it's okay, on your hips and shoulders, in as deep as you can. Maybe that means you go for a foot grab. Maybe you feel good with like a hand on a shoulder or a cheek or something. Find many points of contact. And then when you feel like you've gotten somewhat out of all of your squirminess, because we tend to be squirmy, go ahead and from the base of your belly, take a full breath in. Belly, heart, ribs, chest, everything expands. You feel the spine elongate a little bit. And with your exhale, put it all down. Whatever's in your brain, whatever's on your heart, whatever's aching in your body. You can allow every exhale of this practice to release, to settle, to further put down what is not actively serving you. And we hold poses in this session from anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes. So it's a really great opportunity to allow your nervous system and your circulatory system to mellow, to relax, to soften. Start to take a full breath in, expand the belly, the ribs, the chest. As you exhale, give that one more exhale to get even deeper into this moment. Fill back up again. And as you exhale, start to press yourself up into a seat. Super slow, but leave the legs kind of mermaided out here. And you'll bring both hands kind of on the side facing the end of your mat here. So one hand to each side, and find a little gentle sway in your body. Notice the base of the spine, notice the shoulders. Take a little notice for the head and the neck. Full breath in. As you exhale, press into the arms fully. We're gonna take this right leg and slowly wrap it over the body. So you'll rotate the hip, and we're gonna come into a double pigeon, maybe. If as you wrap this top leg over and around, you're like, nah, dog, then don't do it. You'll just bring your ankle onto your knee, because that's probably gonna be a nice deep opening for you. And you'll fill the space between your foot and your knee with a pillow or two or three, and find that moment. But if the knee stacked is available to you, come into that moment. I recommend taking your hands into your arches a little bit and feeling into the wiggles, squirming a little. We're not in a rush to be here. We'll be here for a while, so feel it settle. Take your time as you get to stillness. And then as you're in this seat, as you're allowing the hips to open and allowing the hips to relax, you have an additional option here. And maybe you take your left arm and wrap it behind your back. And maybe you catch elbows behind your body, or maybe you bring your palms together around the side of your body, the left hand reaching around right. So you're gonna simultaneously have these hips opening and your left shoulder. If you catch elbows, your right shoulder too, but if you wanna open one shoulder deeply at a time, you'll be pulling the left hand with the right. Yeah. Now whatever you've chosen, legs, arms, whole situation, notice if any part of you is resisting how intense it is. Typically, you might find that in the hips or the thighs or the breath. So introduce this shape into your body with a full breath in. Expand, get big, become a buoy. And then settle and stay and find your stillness. Maybe you close the eyes and lift the gaze to the third eye. mind is reeling or the emotions are intense, just allow. Allow and invite the breath deeper. Allow and allow the reeling to reel and the feelings to feel. Full breath in. With your exhale, if the arms are connected anyway, let them float down by your sides and release. Another full breath in. Everybody start to play with your torso just a little bit. Find some sultry moment. Take another full breath in. Slide your hands up to your shoulders, and let's go for a little shoulder massage, a little selfie shoulder massage here, however it looks for you. Maybe you grip, maybe you get some knucks involved. Maybe you use one hand to help the other. I don't know. Get into those shoulders. Maybe you get some fingers into the chest. Take a full breath in. Gorgeous. And as you exhale, slowly slide the hands down. Release the feet out to a wide angle, but the legs will be hinged and the feet on the earth. And then just dip your legs side to side gently and release that tension that might have built up as you were releasing the hips. Maybe you give a little hip thrust. Hey-o. Feel into it. Beautiful. And then slow and sweetly, we're gonna shimmy our bums to the other side a little bit. We're gonna find that fetal again, but this time on the right side. Yeah, double down in with the fetal. That's right. Slowly simmer it. Maybe you cushion up on this side the same. Maybe you find something different with the upper arm or the head variation. Maybe you cross your feet. I don't know. But definitely get nice and small. Find those squirms, let it go. Close the eyes, find the breath. fills you up from the base of the belly. Exhale, soften anything that's tense, mind, heart, spirit. Let it go into the earth. Breathe in, fill up. As you exhale, use those arms to gently press that sweet bob back up. Again, mermaid, merman feet, you know, stay like that. Find a gentle sway from side to side with your torso. Finding just as much medicine in the transitions as we are the long holds. Full breath in, expand. Full breath out, press up. And then nice and slow, we're gonna navigate that left leg up and over, maybe stopping with the left foot on the right knee and filling that gap. Or maybe sliding that left foot all the way over so the left knee is on top of the right knee. Maybe your hip pops. Maybe you take your hands into the arches of the feet and get a little massagey with it this time. With the knuckles and kind of roll there and find your squirm, make it delectable. Here we go. It's an opportunity also, if you're wishing, if it feels right, to take that right arm and invite it behind your back towards your left side. That left palm can reach for the right palm. You can find almost like a namaste at your hips as you pull both shoulders back. If you prefer to be elbow to hand and hand to elbow, you can do that too. Just allow yourself to find the intense spot, the spot that really needs your breath, and then send your breath there. Relax into it. Soften the gaze, soften the jaw, soften the muscles around the eyes, shoulders, glutes. And the breath out releases your arms, legs stay where they are. Find a little wiggle with the arms. Find a shoulder roll. Find a version of seated cat-cow. Keep that breath big. Maybe you make it loud. If you've been quiet with your breath so far, allow it to take audible space up in the room. Gorgeous. Then slowly exhale the hands down by your hips and shimmy back so you can release those legs slowly. Take your time. And then start to windshield wiper your knees side to side, releasing the hips. Notice if the chest is caving in as you do this. Keep the heart lifted during practice. Tap, tap, check that it's on, check that it's lifting. Maybe you send the hips to the sky for a reverse table one time. Beautiful, and then you're gonna bring your feet slowly out wide, but not the widest. So get them out there, but don't stress your hammies out too much. And then as you explore the hips with this wide-legged situation, if you have an evening bevy of any sort, now's a great time to take a sip, water, tea, whatever else you may have. And then grab some pillows, grab some blankets, grab your block if you want it, because we're going to slowly invite our bodies and torsos forward. And we're gonna find a way that we can hang out for several minutes in a space where it's challenging and maybe we tremble a little or you start to feel yourself sweat, but your gut lets you know it's a good sweat and you can relax into it and you can allow this opening to occur. So however you prop yourself up in this, find a little wiggle, find a little movement, and then move yourself to stillness. Greet the shape with a full breath in. And greet stillness with a full breath out. belly down into the toes, expand. Up the heart, up the chest, up the crown, fill up. And as you exhale with the use of your arms, nice and slow, from the base of the spine, you're going to start to roll up. Take it slow. Feel the legs as you back out of that. And then before you bring the legs in, we're still here, we're wide, we're sitting tall now. Breathe in and then take these lovely tools of yours, all 10 fingers, or 9 or 8, however many fingers you have, and start squeezing your inner thighs where you felt the stretch most, kind of kneading the muscle like a cat. And then you'll start to bring the whatever might have been in front of you, kind of just nudge it out of the way, and then use those massaging hands to slowly draw the legs in towards each other. No use of leg strength at all to make this happen. Just scoot, scoot, pull, draw those legs in, and then get them as close into your human as you can. With the heart lifting as much as you can, wrap the arms around the body as far as you can. And then with your next breath in, sit up nice and tall as you ever could. Drop the shoulders down, lift the heart, feel those hips. Yeah, fill up, become like a buoy in the ocean. Then as you exhale, squeeze, curl round. Give yourself the most yummy squeeze of all time. Get tiny. Inhale, stay right here. Exhale, squeeze a little more. And then inhale, slowly release. Yeah, let that go. We're gonna come long onto our mats now. And if you don't have a block, this is a great time to roll up a blanket or grab a pillow. But if you have a block, grab your block. Yeah, and then gently recline that sweet human of yours. Be present for the journey. Don't just rush to your back. Feel your way down to your back. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever your prop is, a rolled up blanket, a pillow, a block, go ahead and press your feet slowly into the earth. Lift the hips. Slide that block underneath your hips. And you can find this at whatever variation of height makes sense to you. Stack as many things and what have you to get where you want to be. And we're going to relax into a bridge now, or a modified bridge, a supported bridge. Now, if you want more, you can either one leg at a time. If you want a little bit more, you'll go one leg and you'll crawl, scrunch those toes all the way down the mat and let that leg go and hop into your solar plexus and your flexor. Maybe, psoas and flexor. Maybe you want a bit more and you do that with both feet. So you're either bridge, this, or this in one leg. If you have one leg, I will be cueing you when to switch legs. So you just be, breathe, and allow, and I will tell you when to move. Take a full breath in to greet the moment. And a full breath out to release into it. you have one leg up and the other leg extended, go ahead and take a full breath in. With your exhale, slowly start to find that shift, pulling the other leg in and the other leg out. If you need to adjust settings or you want to try something, a different variation with the second half, you can go ahead and find that. Maybe you come up into a bridge from the legs extended, or maybe you extend the legs. Breath fills you up. And as you exhale, slowly start to invite the legs up if they were extended, and if they were in bridge, you'll bring them into your chest. Well, I'll actually bring the legs into our chest. You can keep the support of whatever is underneath your hips here. Maybe you find a little wiggle side to side. Maybe bring the knees wide and then close, and just kind of feel into the front of the legs where you just released, and the low back, which just got a little bit of traction. Full breath in, give yourself a squeeze. A full breath out, release the feet to the sky above you. If you're close to a wall and you just love being up a wall, you can slide on over and get your legs up that wall. If you feel like you're good where you're at, stay. If it doesn't feel good to have your hips bumped up and your legs up, you can release them down, but oftentimes it can feel pretty dang good to have something under your hips right here. And then just notice if there's any tension built up around your neck with your shoulders here, and you can invite your shoulders one blade at a time down your back. Your hands can maybe massage your hips a little bit as you settle into this moment. see if you can find complete and total stillness with your legs. Let the eyes shut down. And bring all your awareness to the tips of your toes and the experience of your feet during this time of mass exodus for them. All this blood, they're just so used to being the other direction most of the time. So this relief and pressure, all this new energy, it's going to be able to flow into them once you do let them down. Notice if there's a seriousness on your face or in just the quality of the way you're being here, and see if you can invite some lightness, a little joyous energy, even if it's just like cracking a little smile on your face. Fills you up as slow as you can, with as much core control as you can. Start to bring the soles of the feet to the earth. Slow, so slow you feel your knees in a different way than usual. You feel the intense detail as the energy flows back into your feet. Yeah. Maybe you feel your leg hairs as you go. Eventually, in time, your feet are going to hit the earth, and as they do, take a full breath in, fill up. As you exhale, slowly shift those hips up, and we are going to come into our final moment together today. And if you feel like A traditional savasana is what your body, heart, and soul need. I'd like to invite you to remove what was underneath your hips and slide all the way out. If you feel like your heart needs a little more attention, your shoulders need a little more attention, and your hips need a little more attention, I'll invite you to slowly come to a seat, and that blanket that we have underneath us, we're going to roll it up. Unless you already have another blanket rolled up, you can use that one, of course. And we'll come into a supported reclined butterfly. Or you can just have the chest variation, so the legs can still be long. But if you also want to say what's up to your hips, you might bring some pillows underneath your knees as you gently recline all the way back into a gorgeous, delicious, yummy chest opener, hip opener, heart opener. And if really the heart is something you need to take care of today, I'd like to invite you to bring a couple hands to the center of your chest. A couple hands, like you have like more than 2 hands. That'd be cool. All right, hands on heart. Go ahead and start to breathe into the heart while you touch it. Maybe you find a little rubbing or petting, and just in your head and to yourself, because it's powerful, say, I love you. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you. Give yourself some love. Full breath in. And a full breath out. Then gently massage the hands down the body, grip the body, love the body. And take the arms out by your side, palms face up. Notice if the shoulders or chest are again kind of pulling up. Let gravity be your homie here. Tuck the chin slightly as we all prepare for our final rest. Inhale down into your toes, up through your crown, and exhale, Savasana. invitation to you is stay in this savasana for as long as feels healing and nurturing to your moment. Maybe you start diving a little deeper into your hips and find a couple twists from here, or adding to your practice things that you may feel like haven't gotten touched on already. If you feel like you're good and gotten, awesome. Thank you for sharing space with me either way. If you guys want to ask me any questions or have any comments, you can find me at being_your_best_self for Instagram. And thank you so much for joining me and doing the little yoga moves. I love moving. It sure has gotten me through the last 6 months in a way that I'm very grateful for. So thank you for being here with me. Namaste. My pleasure. My pleasure. See you next time.